just want to take you today morning through a few words in the English dictionary. It's called pity, sympathy, empathy, compassion, and the last word is a new word I just learned, altruism. In it, you need to have a certain kind of attitude of receptiveness. You have come to God's house to receive the word. Don't come to church with a preconceived idea of familiarity. But what God wants to say to you is always going to be new. Pity means is acknowledging your suffering. He will say that, oh, that sounds awful, you're a poor thing. I feel sorry for you. When you pity, you feel sorry for them and you walk away without doing anything. The third level is that you have an empathy. You feel his pain. You step down to his level and try to understand what he's going through and try to help him. Again, in empathy, you don't risk yourself. You help him. The definition of empathy is understanding what others are feeling because you have experienced yourself and you can put yourself in their shoes. Sympathy is that acknowledging other person's emotional hardship and providing comfort and assurance. When you're sympathetic, you say, somebody said, I got a leg problem. Thank God your hands are working. I got debt, but thank God you got a house to live. Sympathy only shows sorry, but doesn't step out to help. Somebody is have no clothes. He said, I have no clothes. We need sympathy, but thank God you have a chair to sit. You always find an alternative to tell that you are better, and you absolve yourself from the responsibility of helping that person. But if you have empathy, you understand. You say, I know it's so hard. Oh, you have no clothes. Man, I want to help you. Come with me. I want to buy clothes for you. Empathy means that you feel what a person is feeling. Sympathy means you can understand what a person is feeling. Compassion is a willingness to relieve the suffering of an other person. The definition of compassion. Compassion kicks empathy and sympathy up a notch. When you're compassionate, you feel the pain of another, or you recognize that the person is in pain, that is sympathy. Then you do what you can do to alleviate that person's suffering. The Latin root word compassion means to suffer with. When you are compassionate, you are not running away from suffering. You are feeling and overwhelmed by suffering, and you are not pretending the suffering doesn't exist. When we are practicing compassion, you can stay present with the suffering. Now, these are some words I wanted to get it clear in your life so that God can bless you. Pity is a cheap word. You just feel pity for somebody who is in trouble or is in need or is sick. It doesn't make any difference. We all show pity, correct? Oh, poor thing, we say, correct? But we don't do anything. Sad for her. Oh, look at her, the way she dressed up, poor. And you just walk away. Did Jesus done that? The second is you feel sympathy. Oh, come on, so bad. And I like to give you something. You just take something and give to that person. No, you see somebody no clothes, and you just go home and check which is the oldest clothes you pull out, and I'll give it to her because I don't want to use them anymore. Or you just randomly pick up some money and say, take. Like we giving to beggars. Did Jesus do that? No. Empathy is that you go to their level. Oh, you are sick. What happened? You sit with that person, try to understand. Oh, what can I do for you? You help. Empathy is far better than pity and sympathy. You go to that level, you try to help, but you don't risk yourself. You don't go step out of any of your comfort zone. You just help them, then you walk away back to your life. But compassion is more than that. is a mixture of empathy and sympathy. You feel sorry, you step down, you help, and it may cost you things. Compassion is when feeling sorry, you do things, but altruism is another level where you really risk your life. The man who traveled to Emmaus met the man bleeding on the road, picked him, put him on the donkey, and leave him in the inn and gave the money. That's compassion. He said, take care of this man, and here is the money for it. In case if you need more money, when I get back, I will give it to you. Now, when you look to Jesus, he is the epitome of the compassion. He is very altruistic. What did Jesus did? He died for us. He did not only just healed us by words, he not only traveled and preached tirelessly, he not only spent time praying in a way that his sweat became like blood, he went to the extent of risking his life to bless you. That's called altruism. Being a Christian is an altruistic life. It's much more than showing pity. It's much more than sympathy. It's much more than empathy. It's much more than compassion. It's more like a self-sacrificing life. When Paul writes to Corinthians, he said, when I came to you to preach, I determined not to know anything else except Christ and Him crucified, so that your faith will not be built on my knowledge. Your faith will be built on Christ.